The truth is, the victim mindset feels safe. That's why many people stay in it longer than they should have and stay stuck for years, repeating the same patterns. Because if everything happens to you, you don't have to ask the hard questions. Before you take this the wrong way, this is not about blaming yourself. This is about helping you to understand something that will help you to stop repeating the same patterns. My name is Stephanie. I am all about self improvement, about living a fulfilled life. In this video, I am going to show you how the victim mindset is keeping you stuck, what it sounds like in your own thinking, and where your actual power is, and how you can use it to move forward and attract what you really want. Stay with me. So, let's be honest for a second. You've been hurt. You've been disappointed. You've been taken for granted. You've been given and given. I know you have. And all of it is true. I believe you. And all of it can be true. But at the same time, it can cause you to be stuck for years, not moving forward, not recognizing yourself in the mirror, smiling, but putting a fake smile on, not being able to enjoy the most simple things in life, all because of this victim mindset. I want to help you to transition from where you are now to another stage that doesn't keep you in the same cycle. Because this is what your thinking sounds like. I gave so much. I tried everything. I was taken for granted. I was humiliated. I was unseen. I was mistreated. And yes, all of it is true and all of it happened. Oh, I know. I know all of it happened. If we take a step back, the more you stay in this thinking pattern, the more you're unable to see what can change everything. And what is that? Because in the victim mindset, what we do is blaming the other person. But when we keep doing this for a long time, we are directing our attention, energy, focus towards this person and not us. So we're invested in this person because when we're blaming, we're likely talking about them. We're likely venting about them. If we're not venting about them with somebody else, we are doing it with ourselves, in our car, in our bedroom. So the attention is always on them and not on us and not on you, which make us lack awareness. So what can change everything is awareness. Awareness brings ownership, and ownership triggers questions. Ownership triggers questions like, where did I participate in this? What signs did I ignore? Where did I keep explaining something that was already clear to me? And often people confuse ownership with blame. When you're taking ownership, you're not blaming yourself. It has nothing to do with the other. When you're taking ownership, it allows you to reflect. It allows you to answer questions that may come up. It allows you to overall learn about your mistakes, learn about the relationships that you had with people, and what is the outcome of that. You will likely not want to go through the same shitty feelings that you went through, being unable to eat, sleepless nights, being anxious 24/7, feeling disappointed with yourself, feeling like you no longer have dignity left. You're not going to want to go through those feelings and emotions again. Why? Because of ownership. And ownership is going to lead to self trust and discipline because it sucks. It sucks to feel like this, doesn't it? Without ownership, none of this happens. None of it will happen. If you're constantly blaming the other person and that's where you stay, ownership should trigger everything else. Self trust, then discipline. Self trust that I can do better. I trust that I deserve better. I trust that I am not what I went through. I trust that I can attract better. I trust that I can align myself with my values. I trust that I can attract a partner who's aligned with my values. Then discipline. Discipline to make sure that you can stick to your values because life happens. That's where your power is. This is where your standards come in. Because a woman who's aligned with her values doesn't just know her standards, she practices them in any occasion that she finds when it's uncomfortable, even if it means letting go, even if it means being, quote, alone, because her peace is now more important. Her sanity is now more important. Because remember, she knows what she went through. You know what you went through. Ownership is not just reflecting, it's not just writing in your journal and closing it and going about your day. True ownership is learning what you went through and implementing them in your day to day actions. So when you become aligned, you will let go as soon as you see misalignment, even if it means starting over. Because remember, you have self trust. Starting over is not going to scare you because you trust you can attract better. You trust that you will find better, that regardless of how many kids, regardless of how old you are, that what's for you is for you, that starting over, there is no such thing. Starting over, this is something that it is a narrative that people have created. So if that's your concept that you're starting over, so what? So what if that means that you get to live a fulfilled life? If this means living a life that is aligned with your values, if this means that you get to have a chance to live a life that is aligned with what you want to attract, the person, the relationship, the life that you want, this is the mindset that we want to cultivate right there. This is it. This is where you're going to know victim mindset felt safe all along. Because when you are working your way out of it, it forces you to be proactive. Because now the shift is going to be I am not someone things just happen to. I am someone who gets to decide what I participate in. I am someone who gets to decide what I entertain. Oh my God. This is so powerful. You can't tell me this is not powerful. I am someone who gets to decide what I participate in. We are the co-creator of our lives. As much control as you have, you should exercise that control. Yes, there are things that are outside of our control. I am tracking that. So if you can not participate in something because it's not going to do you well, then that's your moment to not participate. because you realize that it's not aligned with who you are, with your values. It's not going to serve your well-being. So that's how you know the whole time the mindset that you had was just safe. Because when you're like transitioning, you're like, okay, I get to decide here. I get to do something about this situation. I don't have to be here. Like you see the signs. Oh, phew, I'm out. Because this here is not for me. And I'm not about to make it, I'm not about to force it. I'm not about to force it to make it work because this here is not me. So I want to take a moment and ask you, where did you know or how did you know that you were shrinking with a situation that you were truly not okay with? You can answer to yourself or you can answer in the comments. It's okay. And remember, ownership got nothing to do with blame. So if you're starting to see your patterns, don't feel disappointed in yourself. Don't shame yourself, but don't ignore them either. Because once you see them, you now have the responsibility to do something about them, mostly for yourself, for your well being, for your sanity, because you're all you got. If this made you think a little bit deeper, I invite you to subscribe and turn your notifications bell on so that you know when I post more. If you made it till the end, I thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.